The Cain Letters, Chapter 9. "I'm not hungry, Colonel. Water will be fine," Alexandra said. Colonel Felix raised an eyebrow at her, with his menu covering everything from his nose down. She sat back, deep in thought. He smirked. "You seem puzzled." She flickered her hand. "That, and I already had something to eat on the jet. I appreciate the thought of coming here." She looked around at the restaurant, the outdoor seating and the sidewalk littered with buzzing people on Rodeo Drive, Los Angeles, California. It was a bright sunny day, with not even a wispy cloud in the sky. She lifted an eyebrow. "Colonel Felix, try not to smile too much. Not your kind of city, I take it?" "I would have to stay in Los Angeles. It's lively." "Lively, yes. Apparently in ways that interest us, I found. Our subject Mason Richer has quite a reputation here," he said as the waiter came by with a pen and pad ready. "My team and I have been keeping surveillance," she said as the waiter brought her water. She whispered thanks, picking up the glass to take a drink. She stopped herself short. "My honest opinion is that I really don't like him." "When did you ever like one of them?" She shrugged. "I would have never. Yes, not just as a vampire. However, he's not exactly a model citizen." "We'll get to that. But first, we eat," he said with a smile. The colonel handed his menu with an order for the waiter. She leaned in. "Your carefree attitude tires me. Please, what have you found about Mason? And what is this book he's looking for? The Vatican, if not the Vampire Nation, must know something." He cleared his throat. "The Vatican is still tight-lipped about it," she sighed. "It could be that they're really in the dark as much as we. Same for the Nation." She took a small sip to wash a full taste from her mouth. "Honestly, I'm not the one who trusts the Vampire Nation. Both dark callings of the First Blood Councils, Rage Conrath and Xavier's Waterhill, their founders' dreams is to display my body parts like trophies. I am not a friend to the Nation, by any stretch. They lie in bed with their dark secrets too. And with the Vatican, I'm not so sure they know anything. There are so many issues that could be treats to the peace. I do not blame their worry for such thing to come out in the open." Gazing down, he lifted an eyebrow, trailing his finger around in the rim of his coffee cup. "That may be true, Alexandra. At least, about what could come out in the open. We may never know what lies in the book, but we will know more and more about your two suspects." She crossed her legs and pulled her brown leather jacket a little tighter. Pleased to hear something that may help her mission was now on the radar. "Really? Do tell. Your feelings about Mason Richer are indeed correct. He's not a model citizen. You should take a look at his criminal record, which I have here, later. But what you do need to know is that he is one of the strongest vampires in the world, and with that strength comes age. According to the records within the Vampire Nation, Mason is over 300 years old. But that's not the interesting part. What I'm about to tell you, you have to be careful to treat lightly here, because our mission is specific. We have our rules, as you know. Okay. Many authorities respect him as a legend, a sire of many. He holds power and respect, although a few criticize him based on his lifestyle. You are saying he smokes, he drinks, shoots up, breaks the common law. Right on all accounts. As a hunter for the Bren of Lachem, my duty remains to protect the code of the vampire nation. And as far as you can tell, he hasn't broken it. Yet. She huffed. Thralls, crimson adders, even shifters, all kinds of lesser breeds of vampire. We hunt them down. We kill them, because they are a threat. Rogue vampires too. Master vampires with prestige and power, who have broken their own laws. We hunt down and kill. She stated to the Cardinal down. And you're telling me, even though Mason is a scum, I can deliver my justice? He stared back. Careful, Alexandra. Let go. We have one who delivers justice already. You need to remember your purpose is to protect. He leaned in. And seek truth. She sat down in deep thought while Cardinal Felix sipped some more of his coffee. Being human, she still had constant obligation to uphold the laws she herself followed. Not only did she loathe all vampires, she despised the lawbreakers that made it worse. It was already bad enough having to put aside her personal vendettas to uphold the laws of the Brethren Lachem, as well as protect the code of the vampire nation. A warrior of the Trinity Alliance was forbidden to deliver any form of justice on a vampire breaking human laws. However, the only human law within Alexandra's power was that of murder, or a turning. The code forbade all kinds of torture, murder as well. Even a human turning was unlawful. Only the condition where a human was already facing death would a vampire be allowed to sire and give a blood of life, eternal life, or eternal damnation, depending on the point of view. Alexander Glade's point of view aligned with the latter. She hated them. She would always hate them. Cardinal Felix rolled his neck as he cleared his throat again. Whatever it is Mason wants, it could possibly be detrimental not only to the Vatican, but to the vampire nation. Until you see him break any of the code, your mission is to find out what the book is searching for. You know very well what could happen if you took matters into your own hands. You must not kill Mason. The balance between Brethren Lachem and the vampire nation needs to remain strong. He took another sip of his coffee. As for your mystery guest, based on the description you gave me, and with the help of several sources and some research, it is possible your second vampire is none other than the infamous Nicholas Stahl. She blinked, the name striking a chord within her mind. Stahl, from Russia? She blinked again. Revolutionary diplomat, advocate against the breeding of thralls, almost led a war against them and all supporters. He nodded. Oh yes. She leaned back. I have heard of Nicholas. It seems that he is here in Los Angeles, and that's something he and our Mason Richer have in common. The book. Alexandra didn't have to say it aloud. Another part of the puzzle put together. Since her battle with the breed, she couldn't connect any of the pieces. What would Breed have anything to do with Mason and some book? Unless Breed had a personal problem with the formidable enemy. A noble master vampire, Nicholas Stahl. She had always known that all vampires thirsted not just for blood, but for power. Countless centuries told of vampires filled with unraveling power. What if this book had a power that even Breed could use? Against the likes of Nicholas. She didn't dare to speak out loud her thoughts of Breed, Nicholas Stahl and the book, but she couldn't help dwelling deeper into the inevitable horror of a serious three-way war. Hunter versus vampire versus thrall. We may be dealing with a greater number of thralls, yes? She said, sipping her water. Possible. He interlocked his fingers. This has gone from worse to unbearable. As much as I share the same mortal value with Nicholas, knowing his apparent convention against thralls. Mark my words, Cardinal. She leaned in. Nicholas will lose his head if I even see a glimpse of him breaking the code. Same for Mason. And Breed? However many thralls stand in my way, I care not. They will all burn as well. And what about the book? Colonel Felix asked. She rested her elbows on the table, drumming a finger on her lips, although her heart burned with vengeance. She knew God. She knew Christ. It was a constant battle for her, an eternal struggle for revenge and an undying need for peace. She wanted peace. She needed revenge. And sometimes the want and the need switched. She remembered she must protect and seek the truth. She was scared, her and how dangerous truth could be. Words could kill, whatever the book was. She didn't like it. She grinned a little, putting her water down. I'll find the book, whatever you or I find out what's in it. I can only imagine if the thralls and the master vampires are looking for it. That book can burn to ashes too. She reached into her collar and pulled out a cross necklace, kissing the tip of it. Got to go. All this is on me, okay, Cardinal?